Hello, Mithril here once again, getting back to Mega Man Rock and Roll. We're done with the blind run part of this. However, along the way, in the comment section, I was told about various things that I missed as I was playing through by others who had played the game, or even worked on it, so that's what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to be loading a save file where I've beaten all the Robot Masters, but I have not gone into the Fortress stages yet, so I still have access to pretty much everything. So, let's go. So the first thing I was told to check out was here in Tideman stage. This basically would have required coming back here anyway, because it involves the shield bubble. So using it, we can just go along the surface of the water, and hi there, Splash Woman. So yeah, just a neat little cameo here. Not really much to it, just she's here, and that's cool. I completely forgot that swimming with the shield bubble was actually a thing. I don't think you can sink back down below the surface of the water or anything like that, but you can go along the surface, and this is actually what you were supposed to do to get things like the underwater E-tank that I had noticed, or that area where the water was upside down. Yeah, Beat was able to get me to what I wanted to get there, but this is actually the intended solution. So that's all that was here. Next up, we're headed to Drakeman stage. I was told to try Fire Breath on fire-based enemies. Okay. That's actually pretty great. Do you count as fire-based? No, you just do what was advertised by the weapon. I do kind of wonder if it'll do anything with tackle fires, though I forget if there are any in this stage, actually. If not, I know where some are. And we do have something else we need to do in this stage anyway. No, there are tackle fires. It makes them huge. Can't add to it, though. So yeah, back once we get where we're going. So as it turns out, there was a reason to go this way. Or at least there is possibly something over here. That's a nice touch, I like it. So, yeah, just some goodies over here. Nothing too major, but I do love this nice little aesthetic touch. Me liking dragon-based stuff. And no one was surprised ever. So that's all for this stage. There was one other thing I was told to check out, as far as one of the stages, and that's here in Reactor Man stage. Again, something that to test this, it would have required coming back here anyway because it involves the weapon that we get here. And a specific type of enemy, which I forget when it starts showing up. Oh yeah, also this. In my defense, I was saving Desert Storm to use against Reactor Man, thinking ground against electric, but yeah. Okay, here they are. So, yeah, charge laser. Kind of expected that. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything else for us to do here. So let's just get out of here. With that, I think we've done everything that involved going to one of the Robot Master stages. So we can go back to the title screen. And into boss mode. So, yeah, we have a full listing here of all the different bosses, and we can go up against them and find out weaknesses that I didn't try for. So, let's start with the allies. First off, Fireman. This one is simple enough. After all, the original Fireman was weak to Ice Slasher. Doesn't actually seem to freeze him, though. Hitting him with a charged shot does, however, seem to do more damage. And there we go. I think honestly the reason I wasn't using weaknesses against the allies was I was kind of thinking of Powered Up, where to save the Robot Masters, you had to do them Buster only. I think that's what I was thinking of there anyway. I don't think it really matters here, but for some reason I just felt the need to do that. So, Honey Woman. The original Hornet Man was weak to Magma Bazooka, so I would assume Fire Breath here. It seems to mostly only be, though, if you actually hit her drones with it. And if you run out of Fire Breath, this is what happens. Nice attention to detail, that. So yeah, a direct hit with the, Fire Breath doesn't really seem to do anything. You purely want to hit with the blasts that come from the drones. That's kinda interesting. At any rate, that's what it looked like. No, that still did a good bit of damage to her. It's just an alternate way to hit her and do a lot more damage, okay. I was seeing that wrong. I don't know why I thought that I only did 1 damage hitting her with a direct shot. Durgan is tired and not paying attention. So next up, Skullman. We don't really have a one-off comparison to the Dust Crusher. I was told apparently it's Blast Missile? It definitely works. And I totally forgot what your pattern is. It's interesting how unique the Skullman fight really is. It's so far different from what he originally did, and it makes this a totally new kind of fight. Honestly, I find that really cool. Finally, we have Dagger Man. Dagger Man's original weakness in Super Fighting Robot was the Magic Missile. So, we use something else supernatural, Soul Trap. Though I don't know if he really has anything we can trap to send after him, or if we just have to hit him directly. Yeah, just direct shots does the trick. Yeah, I don't think you can actually grab anything he fires at you. Fair enough. So for those wondering about Protoman, because he does not actually appear in the boss list here, there is actually a Protoman fight if you don't rescue him, if either you didn't get all of the allies, or if you purposefully skip his escape route stage. At that point, Protoman will appear at the end of the boss rematch stage. Once you beat the other 8, a capsule will appear in the middle of the screen. Going in there, you fight Protoman. However, there isn't really anything unique about the fight. Apparently it mirrors the Protoman portion of the Copy Robot Mark II fight. The only difference being you do have access to Robot Master weapons, but in that regard it actually mirrors the Breakman fight from Mega Man 3. The Buster is the only weapon that will do any damage to him. So, not really anything unique to show there. From what I was told, if you actually engage in this fight with Protoman and thus fail to rescue him, it does change the ending slightly. Protoman doesn't appear trick-or-treating at Dr. Wily's front door, so he isn't stopped and Wily escapes. That's pretty much it. But with that, it's time to start going after fortress bosses, starting with ICU-2. Technically, not a fortress boss, but, I mean, you know, not a robot master. I wasn't told anything for this one. Put it this way, if I was, I don't remember what was said, so we're gonna experiment a bit. I don't think you care about that one too much. Desert Storm did absolutely nothing. If nothing else, Blast Missile clears those out pretty fast. Okay, yeah, that did more than 1 damage. Okay, I think we found the weakness here. Stay open and take your medicine. I didn't know you could actually do that with Blast Missile. You can detonate it early. Doesn't really help me here, and now I'm out of it. Okay, you can actually still hit while it's doing that attack. I didn't think you could. And there we go. So still a bit of a hectic fight, but good to know what the weakness is there. And to actually learn something new about the Blast Missile. I did not know that. Next up we have Met Grabber. Now this one does provide plenty of fodder for us, so the weakness is probably obvious, though from what I've been told, fairly awkward to actually use against him. Okay, that does do a lot of damage if you hit him with it, though. Yeah, he doesn't really care so much about a direct hit with it, though. You can kind of shield yourself with that. I always keep misjudging where that shot's gonna come from. Will you just run into that? No, you're gonna come over this way. Completely forgot the pattern. And yeah, aiming with Soul Trap once you actually have something trapped is still a bit on the tricky side. We're figuring this out. We at least know what to do, more or less. It's so easy to accidentally launch that to the side, which is not what I want to do. Okay, did hit with that at least. That was a miss. I keep forgetting there's going to be 2 of them there. There we go. Complete miss. And there we go. So yeah, it is a bit awkward to hit him with, but it is an interesting weakness. It makes sense, and enough practice you probably get more and more used to how to actually aim Soul Trap. I don't know why I have so much trouble with that one. So next up we have Big Bulb. So there's actually a lot with this fight that I was told to try. For one thing, it's weak to Desert Storm, though it only does 1 damage. Yeah, it's not as straightforward as all that. However, it does chase the sparks away. So that's kinda nice. But no, the true secret is you can get back inside Big Bulb if you're fast enough. So, I need to conserve some ammo here. If you can get back inside the bulb, then Desert Storm does a lot more damage. And you can finish your job really fast. However, there's a bit more. So let's start the fight again. Really, I don't think there's any reason to use anything other than the Buster for this phase of the fight. Now that we're in, we'll use this. Yes, if you use the entire use of Charge Laser, it overloads him. That's kinda great. One final thing is, I was told to try Charge Laser from the outside as well. So we'll see what this does. Okay, no damage, but it instantly gets him to this phase. So that lets you get in real fast. That's interesting. Yeah, every time you use Desert Storm within him, it immediately sends you back out. I had that one coming. I got a little bit too aggressive. Wait, you can't just leave? Okay, I guess you can do this, though. Okay, that works. So next up we have CWU-02P. This one I was not told a weakness. Now, CWU-01P was weak to Super Arm. But I don't really have anything that's quite that. I mean, this would be electric. And you don't care at all about that. Drones? No, nothing. Well, no, it is doing damage. It's hard to tell because each phase of CWU-02P, its health doesn't go down until it's gone completely. Okay, I was thinking Blast Missile maybe because it popped Tideman's Bubble Shield, but doesn't seem to do anything here. Desert Storm? That does damage, but doesn't seem to be the weakness. Interesting. It has an effect, but doesn't seem to be a weakness? Unless I have to do something after I've frozen it. Yeah, I'm not sure that did anything really beyond that. Okay, I don't think you're too impressed by that. Fire Breath doesn't do anything whatsoever underwater, so that's out. Yeah, that doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, it is actually working. It does seem to pop the bubbles quickly, but hard to say if it's really a weakness or not. Nothing is really standing out to me here, and a lot of that is just because of how the health meter works. So, yeah. Not really sure on that one. I'm sure someone can say in the comments, but I think we saw the main thing that any weapon really does as far as a major effect on CWU O2P. Using Snow Roller, it does freeze it, but I'm not really sure there's much you can do with that. So next up, Yoku Devil. Again, I was not told of a weakness here. Charge laser right in your eye? Yeah, you don't seem to care too much about that. Drones. I don't think it cares about that too much. Blast Missile isn't doing anything. You do not like Fire Breath. Something else I am curious about with this fight. I wasn't paying attention, so I can't tell if that did damage to Yoku Devil or not. Hitting one of the smaller blocks that had the eye. At least now we do know the weakness. Okay, that didn't actually do any damage to the Yoku Devil itself, though we did do damage from hitting it with the shrapnel from Fire Breath. So there is that. Because yeah, I'd wondered when I was going back through the footage editing the blind run if you could do anything to the smaller blocks. And turns out you can hit them. That works. So with that, all that's really left is the Wily machine, and for that we are actually going to go back to the stage, because there was something I missed in the stage. So, back once we get there. Oh, I guess that is one thing that I can point out. This was told to me in the comments, that on the save file, the little skull down there showing your progress through the Wily Fortress, the eyes do light up once you're on the final stage. I completely did not see that. So yes, once you get into this room, past the gate, there's actually a secret room. It's a little bit tricky to get into, though. But there's an E-tank and a W-tank here. And we're gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to fill up on weapon energy. The other one goes to Mega Man as soon as we have access. Okay. So, yeah, we do have some weapons that we need to go ahead and fill up. So, first phase of the fight, you want to use Charge Laser. It opens the eye quickly. It's also, I believe, the only weapon to do more than 1 damage to the eye itself. However, bear in mind that invincibility frames are a thing. So, don't just waste the weapon. Just due to the way Charge Laser works, I find it's very easy to quickly run out of ammo for it just because you want to keep doing constant contact damage, but that's not exactly how it works. So on to the second phase, and the weakness here is a bit trickier. Beetle Drone. But it's not quite straightforward. You want to launch the Beetle Drone so that it goes inside these different cannons. I don't think you can fire it through that one, though. I love the detail that you can see them starting to pile up inside the machine itself. This is very silly and I love it. And then they all tumble out. That's amazing. So I also was not told the weakness for the capsule. This, however, we can find it quickly enough. So, let's see. We've already used drone and laser, so I doubt it's going to be either of those, but we'll try it anyway. Yeah, you don't really care about that too much. Soul Trap doesn't seem to interest you. We'll go ahead and refill life over here as well. I don't think you like Shield Bubble. It's a bit awkward to hit with, but it works. Because the thing is, the blast only counts if you use it yourself, if it doesn't pop from one of the actual weapons bursting it. So I don't know if that's your only weakness, and if so, we're pretty much out of it. Okay, this is a checkpoint, though. Good to know. Yeah, that does no damage to you. You're not too interested in that. So, yeah, I think it is Shield Bubble. It's another, though, where it is very easy to just completely run out of it. Like, I see how you're supposed to use it, but it's not the easiest one to use effectively. But, you know, that's kind of a tradition fighting the Wily capsule, is what's the most awkward weapon to use against it? That's the one he's going to be weak to. But honestly, I feel like the Buster works well enough on this fight. It is kind of interesting, though, that you get a checkpoint during this fight. And there we go. So yeah, with that I think we know most of the weaknesses and everything, so it was cool coming back and looking at all this and seeing some of those details that I missed. Again, I absolutely loved this game. This was a really good fan game. I very much enjoyed my time with it. So if there's anything else that you think is worth showing off or anything, let me know in the comments. If anybody knows what the actual weakness is of CWU02P, feel free to list that, because I couldn't really tell. It's hard when you have kind of a non-traditional sort of health bar like that particular boss has. But at least we did see the effect of Snow Roller on it. But with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.